Human beings are experts at killing each other. When we're too lazy to use our bare hands, we use weapons. There were so many weapons that some got lost to the pages of history. So let us all remember some of the many instruments used to make people dead. Number 7. 14th century Chinese missile birds. These things were launched over enemy camps and contained a little warhead that would set fire to pretty much everything around it, taking out ammo and fuel supplies. Before they perfected this idea, they used real birds with embers tied to their chests. But they couldn't control those and they would basically just mess everything up. They even stuffed poison needles inside the bomb, just to be certain that they killed you. Number 6. The Fugo Japanese balloon bomb. In World War II, Japan was trying to figure out just how to bomb the American homeland. But it was impossible to get close enough to bomb a major city. We were keeping our eyes extra peeled after that whole Pearl Harbor thing. So Japan invented a balloon with an explosive payload undetectable by American sensors, sending them out randomly, hoping they would hit something important. In 1944, Japan released 9,000 of these balloons, and 1,000 of them actually hit America. These things were actually a pretty big threat, but the government made it look like they were harmless, when in fact Uncle Sam was browning his trousers. Turns out though, censorship isn't that bad of an idea, because when Japan started reading American newspaper, they didn't see any mention of their balloons, and thought their experiment was a bust, so they stopped sending the balloons. Thank you, Uncle Sam. You're the best at lying. Number 5. Built in 1270, the Al-Ramah was invented 500 years before humans started using torpedoes. This Muslim invention was basically just a big bomb with rockets put on the back to steer and target its destination. It had a really pointy tip, so when it hit an enemy vessel, it'd get all stuck and explode. Bet you didn't see that one coming, you lousy pirates. Number 4. Submarine Dragon Kings. This is an ancient Chinese naval mine that was made using animal organs and explosive powder. They were dropped in rivers and disguised with duck feathers. It's detonated by somebody offshore with a string attached to a simple flint and steel mechanism. It was about 300 years later until sea mines started becoming popular again. Damn pirates don't know when to quit. Number 3. Fire-resistant armor. 13th century battles often used a lot of chemical explosives and flammable liquids. Soldiers were like, well, we gotta figure out something about this. Armor was then invented using materials that are still used today. In fact, some of them were so good at protection, some warriors would light themselves on fire and charge their enemies, which is the coolest way to kill somebody that I've ever heard. Number 2. Obsidian Knives. The ancient Aztec used obsidian knives all the time during their fun sacrifice parties. They're actually known to be one of the sharpest blades in existence. The Aztecs claimed they could chop off a horse's head with one blow, but when the natives started making contact with European traders, their usefulness kinda ran out, along with the knowledge of how to properly craft them, and it stayed that way for 500 years. Number 1. Greek fire. In the year 678, the city of Constantinople was under siege for the 5th year in a row. So the Byzantine army invented giant flamethrowers that could incinerate anybody who tried to attack them. But here's the thing, nobody knows how they did it. Their formula was a closely guarded secret, shared only with the most royal folk. But the Byzantine Empire had tons of uprisings, and in one of these uprisings, the secret to Greek fire was lost. The last recorded use of it was during a naval battle against the Persians in the year 1099. But to this day, we still don't know what that shit was. Well, that's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and a subscribe. It really helps us out. So next time I release a video, you see it first.